Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto live stream. Today has been a severe day. Let's call it like that. I mean, there's such a huge amount of articles which came out, mostly fuddy, not all of them, but there's just a lot of speculation, and I want to kind of guide you guys through everything that's been going on here. I'm also thinking maybe I should title these live streams a little bit differently, like daily crypto news, like something like that, because as I've said before, I want to do 1 or 2 live streams every single day, and maybe if I get like the daily crypto news as a name, you guys will always recognize it. I'm not sure, but again, it's not only XRP news, it is news about everything, and I'll just guide you through it all right? So starting it off here, by the way, just quickly press that like button to help out the video a little bit. I see there's like 50 people watching already. We only have 10 likes though. Make sure you press that little button. 90% of China's Bitcoin mining has been shut down after the latest move in Sichuan. Here's a report. Well, there's multiple articles about this everywhere throughout the internet. It is basically that China, and I actually have a video for that somewhere. I'm gonna quickly see if I can find the video here. It is over in Sichuan here. You can see they're actually literally closing all the farms, the mining farms, and shutting off the lights. What this shows is that there's some huge change in the Bitcoin network right now. And if you're looking at the hash rates here, you can see that it's gone down severely. All right, severely. Somebody in the chat box is saying it's blurry. Is it blurry, guys? Let me quickly know. I'm not sure what I could do about it if it is, but it says I'm all good, man. I'm not sure if it's blurry, but otherwise let me know. Nope, Tristan says it's not blurry. I trust you, Tristan. All right, so huge drop in hash rate, as you can see right here. And this is, again, what kind of gets Bitcoin going, right? Why did it go down? Well, again, if a ton of Chinese miners have shut down right now, which, again, has been confirmed, of course, the Bitcoin network is going to get a little bit of a poop on its head, on top of its head. Vu Blockchain here posted, on June 18th, Sichuan officially issued a document requesting power generation companies are required to immediately stop supplying power to any virtual currency mining and report to relevant situation on the 25th. And it's been shut down completely. What does this mean? Well, I guess from a certain perspective, this is just FUD, as it just brings people more uncertainty, doubt, and fear. Then again, it's also just a big change. We haven't seen something like this in a very long while, where just a ton of all the hash rates have fallen like crazy. And so it's also not that crazy. I would say it's kind of, what I could say, not verified, like justified that prices are falling a little bit because of the Bitcoin network just getting this big poop on top of its head. By the way, somebody's saying, what has Elon posted? I don't think he's posted anything. He's changed his name from Elon Musk to Elon Musk II, but I'm not sure if he posted anything interesting. No, he didn't post anything interesting as of this point, man. So nothing there. All right. So what are we thinking now? Nothing. To be honest with you, this is the same thing as what we saw a couple of weeks ago. However, I'm kind of putting one and one together. The Bitcoin price dropped pretty crazy when some announcements of Bitcoin mining bans in China were announced. So now that the ban has really pulled through and some operations are shutting down their doors, the price has fallen down yet again. It's not too crazy if you start to think about it. But again, it's a temporary thing. The prices will pick itself up if this is really the case. However, that's not all we got. We got more. This is actually kind of the same thing though. Figuring out how much Bitcoin hash rate resides in mainland China is still a mystery. Obviously, it's really hard to say exactly where mining power is coming from. And I've told you guys before about real control and about real centrality. It is really difficult to say exactly what places and what areas of the world the mining is coming from, except for the fact that some guys, know a way to figure out a little bit of where it's coming from, but not all the way. It's just, I'm not exactly sure why you'd want to look it up, except for the fact that you want to maybe look out for exactly what countries has the most amount of power, because if China has the most amount of power and that side has been banned or something has been done against them, well, then now all of a sudden, if you don't have it anymore, well, then the rest is going to take over. And that could be good, could be bad. Good because North America will be happy about it. because they will have more power. Bad because it's a big shock to the network. That's basically all to it. You might say it's less secure. I don't believe in all of that, guys. I don't believe in all of that. Then Robert Kiyosaki posted on, I guess, articles or Twitter, whatever, before, this would be the biggest crash in world history coming. He is waiting for Bitcoin to hit 24,000, and financial influencer and entrepreneur Robert Kiyosaki expects Bitcoin to drop to $24,000 as things are getting worse for the financial system. Well, it actually kind of looks back at the huge stimulus within the US, talking about some huge interest rate hikes, some huge inflation, some huge changes in bond yields, and then also, of course, into the stock market. And he believes that the bubble is growing fast. He's talking about the whole stimulus check and then everything kind of keeping the pace still. The bubble is going to grow fast, and the biggest crash in world history is coming. And he believes that Bitcoin and stuff like that will survive, but it will go down significantly. And he is waiting for Bitcoin and gold to buy it at a low spot, low price. I'm not sure exactly what to say about that one. It's not that good a deal, not that bad a deal. He was a really big Bitcoin bull, though, so it's not nice for him to say something like that. Then again, screw him, right? Rich guy, influential guy, okay, but he's not, in control of my pocket. So, I mean, I don't, I don't really care exactly what he says. I guess on a different note, if we're having some really bullish news, this is the right moment. 98% of the hedge funds CFOs, there were 100 hedge funds asked, the CFOs specifically were asked, if within the next 5 years they would invest in crypto, and 98 out of 100 said, yes, we do believe so. Hedge funds will increase their cryptocurrency allocations to 7.2% of their respective portfolios within the next 5 years. And we can generalize saying hedge funds because, again, 98% of them will get in there, and the majority of them will actually get in quite severely, which is really amazing to see. Not British financial advisors, though, as in Britain, a couple of things just came out. One of them was this. UK bank bans crypto purchases from Binance and Kraken, and also UK bank bans crypto purchases from 5 million clients, expresses fraud concerns with Kraken and Binance. Yeah, it's the same thing. Not that bad a deal once more. It's all just temporary, short-term FUD. Getting a little bit confused with one of the guys saying that the screen is blurry. It's out of focus. How could that be, though? Your screen is out of focus. Screen is out. Maybe there's a little button on the top right to actually put your live stream settings a little bit better, because I'm streaming in HD. I think I'm streaming at 1080p, if not mistaken. I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with these people then, or with their. Maybe it's your internet connection, guys. I'm not sure. Okay. Reload to focus. It's, well, whatever. It's a little bit odd that it happens this way. I'm not sure exactly. Just some people have a bad connection, maybe. All right, but I at least can't do anything about it. For me, it says we're all good. So a UK bank has reportedly banned crypto purchases for over 5 million customers, expressing concern that crypto platforms are riddled with fraudsters. This is a common concern, not that important because, again, it's just a initial response to things. Like many regulators have said in the past too that, well, you'd rather ban something than it being harmful. And what that basically comes down to is the UK has this idea put inside their head, or most likely they're just afraid that, yeah, whatever. It comes to the point that they have this idea in their head that, oh no, Bitcoin and all these things are fraud currencies. They're fraud things. It takes a couple of countries to regulate it properly, like the United States, before they're actually going to change their mind, most likely, or a little bit of more research. And then again, I sometimes do wonder, XRP is actually properly regulated in the UK. I kind of wonder how that then moves on. I mean, if the UK bank bans crypto purchases on Binance and Kraken, what is the stance of crypto in those countries, right? I would say then that in the UK, they're quite negative on Bitcoin, at least from a higher up perspective. Why? Not exactly sure. Not exactly sure why. I guess it's just some initial fear. It'll just turn around eventually because it's not fraud. It's not a bad thing. It's just sometimes I think maybe it's these bigger guys who are thinking of kind of keeping Bitcoin on the low because, again, it's taken over the financial system, that some of the major banks think that way. Sometimes I think they're just kind of making it look like Bitcoin is a really small thing. There have been 849 fraud reports in 1 month on Binance, and now there is something to say about that. There is something to say about that Binance and from a different perspective, your account, and there's a couple of sketchy things there. But I'm assuming, and I'm personally thinking, that most of all of that is because people just are stupid. I mean, the same thing could be said about a ton of these other platforms where you can buy stocks. However, with crypto, it's just a little bit easier to send money around. But I guess a lot of these online bank accounts, the same thing could happen if you're just being not careful. The thing is, guys, if you're out of the EU, I believe you can actually use Binance without having your double 2FA. Right, and you can actually specifically use Binance without a. I'm not talking about 2FA. I'm talking about KYC. Like you don't have to do advanced KYC or any KYC at all if you're in Europe and you don't want to deposit fiat. The thing is, people can actually open an account in your name and do some fishy stuff, or they might send you an email making you want to kind of sign up for Binance or something along those lines. And I think a lot of these reports are just from people who have no idea what it's on about, or they are reporting Binance themselves for doing, for example, some shady stuff with their futures. KYC is know your customer. It is basically that you have to put up your ID and whatnot, that you have to send in your ID, a picture of that and a picture of your face, for example, to verify that you are you. And again, here in Europe, you can just open an account on Binance, trade with it. And so, I mean, I could just open an account in your name, for example, and act as if I'm you. And maybe somebody noticed that. There's a couple of things. Like, for example, you have layer 1 and layer 2 KYC. Layer 1 is usually you put in a name. Sometimes you send a picture of your ID. And then the layer 2 very often is that you have to, show the left and right side of your face and show everything, basically. But if you have layer 1 and you stole somebody's ID, you can actually make that person get some letters from the tax authority sometimes. It's very annoying, but maybe that's also part of this. Point being, short term annoying, longer term it'll fix itself. It'll come back to equilibrium. So actually look into a couple of tweets here about the SEC. I think you guys must be wondering about that. First of all, Stephen W. Huber posted, although the page was updated, apparently nothing was filed yesterday. Although the documents of the letter from the SEC regarding Bitcoin and Ether would have been due yesterday. Now, this is referring to the June 18th situation where the SEC should have given, again following Ripple's deadline dates, an update on Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP, and just kind of start putting up more information regarding all of those documents. And they haven't. I'm still not exactly sure if there was any small little... Tank says, no, Dusty, you need to give them your ID and proof of address in the UK. Well, at least where I live here, you don't. I could just make a Binance account right now with an email and a really smart thing. You don't have to prove your address. I've never proven my address. And I literally opened some Binance accounts for people like 2 days ago. So, I guess it depends per area, right? Maybe in the UK, the things are different, but the rest of mainland Europe, you don't need to do anything. It's actually pretty simple. However, let's continue on. There were a couple of documents that the SEC had to hand over to Ripple, or at least to the court, and they didn't do that. Now, it could be that I'm just a little bit behind on schedule here. I'm behind that something I missed where the SEC didn't have to hand anything over, but as far as I'm concerned, they had to. They had to give over a little bit of stuff. And let's quickly see here. A couple of guys are also questioning everything. It's like, what is the SEC doing here? What's going on? It's really hard to say exactly what they're thinking, but it comes down to the conclusion that they didn't hand anything over, right? Which is odd. Now we have more. Stephen also said, I discovered that Judge Netburn has posted a settlement information sheet on settlements for her own cases. XRP key points. 1. All hearings are strictly confidential. Any communication is not to be shared with the outside world. 2. Negotiations have no bearing on the ongoing case. Deadlines must be strictly adhered to. 3. Judge Netburn acts as a mediator in trying to bring the parties closer together. This is pretty much in line with the impression I have gotten from her rulings so far. And 4. A confidential letter must be sent to the court 1 week before a settlement is to be confirmed by the court. And 5. At the settlement conference, all parties involved must be present in person. And Jomer says this document is from October 2017. Steven says, yes, she has been a judge for some time. It basically is just the judge who has a little bit of a paper for how it works for a settlement to come into fruition. It's not that relevant. It might just be nice for us to know exactly what her process is of doing these things. And all we can kind of conclude from all of this is that she has a schedule for it. It has been revised a couple of times now. And it is that they will follow, it's mostly the same with all judges, don't get me wrong, but it's just that they will follow the normal course of things, which basically means that our idea from yesterday about the judge extending for a settlement would kind of be off, because she said that it should, a settlement and all the discussion there, should not interfere with the normal schedule. Then again, it also kind of confirms that because, again, she's saying it should not interfere with the normal schedule. So if you're delaying everything or just basically giving your extra time, everything can still flow on basically without any strange new situation updates or just changes. I'm just thinking with you guys here as well, right? Something is brewing behind the scenes, says Haru. I mean, it's such a strange situation, man. Every time I read further into it, the more confused I kind of get. Because it's like, has the SEC really got a good case here? Have they really got something? Is the judge understanding of the situation? Is the judge on one side? It's so freaking difficult, man. It's the more you read into it, the more you get confused. Stephen also said something here, which I want to ask you guys as well. By the way, there's 400 people watching right now, and there's only 61 likes pressed. Guys, if you are enjoying these daily crypto updates, make sure you press that like button just to help out a little bit for the YouTube algorithm. It doesn't cost you anything. All it does is help the video out a little bit, and you're just a really big help, all right? If you don't have an account, you don't have to make one to like. I mean, then don't. But if you do have an account and you do watch me more often, just make sure you press that real quick. All right. I'm sorry. Again, these are not my thoughts, right? This is something we are reading. This is something we're reading, okay? Please. He says, I'm sorry, but I personally don't need and like these $1,000 XRP price targets. For me, there's a certain point from which money no longer makes you free, but all the more greedy and dependent. But of course, I would like it to each of you, and it is basically a thought process here. Do you think, you watch it right now, that $1,000 per XRP is actually possible? Yes or no? Let me actually quickly put up a poll here to see what you guys are thinking. $1,000 per XRP possible? Yes, no. Let's just see here. I mean, maybe I should have asked it differently. I should maybe say, do you think it's going to happen? Theoretically speaking, everything is possible, right? But the question is it going to happen following you? And I put up a poll in the chat box here, so just quickly put in your thoughts. It's actually a perfect 50-50 right now. That's pretty funny. Look at that. It's a perfect 50-50. Damn. Okay, now I'm hearing something. Somebody entered there. Let me quickly go check what that sound is. We're all good. It's no thug. I was scared for a little second. I was like, who's entering la maison? I didn't know. All right, but we good. We good. No worries. There were no burglars. You said, where's the sound? I told you. I had to check real quick. I heard like a type of sound. I was like, what's this? So, we're all good, boys. Woo. Chadwick says, oh my God, we're going to hear Dusty getting FBI'd. Or swatted, I guess, for not giving his address to the exchanges. That would be pretty fun. I mean, would be pretty funny for the stream. Would not be really funny for me, man. I wouldn't like that too much, but all right. No, man, it shocked me for a little second. Was it the police? Whew, man, you never find out who it was. No, but about the $1,000 predictions and whatnot, this is not something that I like to cover too much because you guys know I like to cover the news, right? And this is not really newsworthy. Then again, since a lot of people are always talking about this, I do kind of feel responsible to quickly give an opinion on it. Two parts. One, money doesn't give you happiness. Definitely the truth. There's one little video which I recommend you all to watch. It is the if you've ever played it, what was the name again? It's the video of Notch, the founder of Minecraft, basically. Notch, the downfall, maybe. I'm not sure exactly what the video title is. I watched one. Let me quickly show you guys here. All right, I watched this video right here of 2 days ago, and man, oh man, is it something that I really did enjoy, right? What does it basically tell you? That you can have all the money in the world, you can be lonely as crap, and another part of it is, I guess, the more money you have, the more of a burden is going to become. Point being, $1,000 per XRP, if it brings you to, like, for example, a certain point where you're just free and comfortable, all good, but if you have a ton of XRP already, it makes you extremely, extremely rich, it might actually be a really big downfall for you, right? Because sometimes these prices happen so quick that you're not prepared for it. Really quick riches are not always a good thing, all right? That's a little side note, all right? And basically the point too was that $1,000 is easy to say, and it's fun to kind of think about, speculate maybe, but how exactly would it get there? What exactly would cause it? It's a really difficult thing. Now, if we're talking about whether or not it's possible, obviously anything is, right? But I would not see any catalyst that could actually bring it to that point. I don't really have one or two things which I can tell you, like, oh, if this happens and that happens, boom, $1,000 per XRP. I would like to state that there's no current bearing on justifying this price. You can't really think of any good argument to really give a good justification for a price prediction like this yet. But then again, we don't know how big crypto is going to grow. I mean, maybe over the next 20 years, crypto is going to be the main thing and normal currencies are out of date. Maybe nobody will have stocks anymore because stocks are a thing of the past. It could literally be that in 25 years from now, the entire system as we know it is no longer. I mean, the fun thing about that is that how much global debt, for example, has changed and how currencies now have changed. I mean, who would have thought 25 years ago that cell phones would be such a big deal? But now you can't think cell phones out of this world anymore. Same thing goes for computers. Who would have thought that the internet would be such a big thing? People were denying the internet like crazy. Even 25 years ago, people were denying the internet like crazy. Or I guess 20 years ago, I should say, during the dot-com bubble, right? Hence the bubble. No, so within 25 years, so many things could change so drastically that it's really hard to say that something isn't possible, but there's no direct cause for a price like this yet. Let's put it like that, right? So if somebody's telling you, they most likely have no good reason to say so. But then again, you can always be, wishfully thinking and hoping. Then again, you should not expect it. If your expectation is, oh wait, I'm just gonna wait for $1,000 per XRP because then I'm gonna be doing this and this and that. Most likely, I don't think that's the right approach. If you're just hoping it's ever going to get there and you're just happy if it ever goes to $20 though, I would say you're on a better path. Again, that's just me though, again, all right? Somebody's saying possible if they burn escrow. That's HSP. I don't want to curse at you. I don't want to say you're stupid because you aren't. You are not stupid. But I would say that that's a really bad approach to see stuff. If Ripple were to destroy or burn the escrow, most likely nothing will actually happen. Nothing at all. There will be maybe one big spike for a couple of hours, couple of days, couple of seconds maybe. But generally speaking, burning the escrow does nothing. So that's not most likely the case. A good example is so many other different crypto projects who did the exact same thing. It's burning an escrow. In this specific case, the XRP in circulation is still going to be the same XRP in circulation. You might say, okay, Dusty, but now 100 million XRP less is going to be put into the circulation per month. But that's basically then the calculation which you're going to have to do now. The 100 million XRP that gets into circulation every single month because, again, 1 billion gets deposited, 900 million gets put back in. So if you're talking about over the next 10 years or so, okay, it might have some effect. If you're talking about instantly, no, it would only have an effect because people might be thinking it should have an effect, and then they're buying in like crazy, like chimps. But we saw it with Stellar too. If you're burning coins that are out of circulation, that wouldn't really get into the circulation anyway. It most likely doesn't really do that much. You might say, oh, but then the case with the SEC is going to be settled and that type of stuff. Most likely, if it were to burn something like that, it would already be after all of it. And then again, think about this one for a little second. With Ripple not having any XRP anymore, who's going to build the ecosystem? Who's going to do that? I mean, the entire network through their validators has no incentive already. So who's going to keep it running then? If there's no incentive for validation or for running a node, I guess, and there's also no ecosystem being built anymore, is that really a good thing? I would like to debate. All right, I would definitely like to debate about that. So I don't think all of a sudden $1,000 per XP is possible just because they burn the escrow. I don't really see the connection there. Again, Stellar as a good example. Talking here about Flare, Christian said, man, thankfully I missed this whole Flare craziness. Looks like people were going at each other. I swear right now everyone in crypto on Twitter seems to hate life. I'm not going to lie, it sucks looking at my portfolio, really sucks. I just want exit velocity to be over. James here came out of his dungeon and said, have confidence, Christian, it's all going to work out. And I really like that he actually put that up. But two things. One, Flare, don't worry about it. It'll fix itself. You don't have to worry for a single second, I think. Because regardless of what your situation is going to be, there's going to be at least, if you're in the US, for example, where again some stupid laws may apply, there's going to be at least 30% of the other people that get this airdrop. They're going to be having the same burden, right? So regardless, you're not alone in any of this. On a different end, I guess I could also say that if you're feeling bad for the prices going down, think about how many people have lost billions of dollars or millions of dollars over the last couple of days. I'm quite sure that most of the people here in the chat box haven't lost $25 million over the last couple of days, right? So, I mean, you can't really compare because maybe for some people, the $10 that they're losing is the same as for the other big guy losing $25 million. It's still sometimes that I'm thinking like, we're not in that bad of a situation, right? If you only put in money that you are able to lose, it's just annoying, but it's not that bad a deal because the way that we are thinking about it, XRP will eventually keep going up anyway, and I mean, just crypto in general will keep going up anyway, so it's just a matter of time, right? It's just kind of an annoying period. It's like, I don't really have a good analogy here to put down there. I was thinking of something on the spot, but I couldn't think of anything. It's like just a little calm down, annoying period that you have to wait. It's like, no, let's think about it like this, right? It's like you're waiting for a package. You just ordered something off Amazon, eBay, whatever the frick you order things from in your country. I don't know. And it's that little annoying period that you're going to have to wait for your stuff. It's like, oh, is it going to take? How long is it going to take? How long is it going to take? You might be waiting. You've been waiting on this whole thing for like months and months and months. You're just waiting. And finally, when it shows up, might have taken a little while, but you're going to be happy, right? It's an annoying little transitioning period, a little while, but it has to be there. And, well, yeah, I mean, what can I say about it? It's the same thing with crypto prices. It's just annoying for a little bit. It might go down a little bit. It might be frustrated a little bit. Again, your package might be delayed a little bit. It might have been delivered to the wrong address, so it has to be sent back. And maybe you have to retour your package. You have to wait for a little bit to get the right size now. But eventually, you'll get it. I guess the motto there is to just hold, right? To just hold, and it'll fix itself, I guess. Hey, where you guys are watching from? I see a lot of, or I see Space XRP just representing the Netherlands here in the chat box severely. Where are you guys are watching from? It's right now for me about 4 p.m. It's 3:55. You guys are saying tomorrow is summer solstice. What is summer? What? I'm not sure. Summer solstice. I didn't even know the English word for that. What's the Dutch word for that? Nederland. I have no idea what the Dutch name for that is. Nederland. Zomerzonnewende. Summer solstice. Is it that? Summer solstice. I know what it looks like. I didn't know that was called that way, though. Damn. Okay, we're seeing a lot of representation of all around the world here. Look at the chat box, man. New York, baby. Jacksonville, Northern Ireland, Australia, Norway. Toronto, 10 a.m. by Tristan Holder. Turkey. Somebody says my package is frozen in on Antarctica. Nepal, Saudi Arabia, Doha, Qatar. Austin, Texas. Wales. Damn. Dallas. A lot of places, huh? Malaysia, Saudi Arabia. Virginia. Zomerzone. France. By Tigger. Best of YouTube asks, what do you think about Dogecoin? I don't really have an opinion on Dogecoin. It's like, oh, we'll see how it goes, right? We'll see how it goes. Philippines, Fourth Smith. Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. Damn, Finland. I always like it to just see you guys chatting in there, like, from all the places around the world. It's sometimes really humbling, just really crazy to see that. How many different places the XP community and just crypto community just spans. It's kind of crazy. I don't know, man. By the way, guys, if you're watching right now, we have 500 and something people watching. Make sure you press that little like button. And if you haven't done that already, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're going to do these live streams so ridiculously often. You want to be part of it, right? It's worth it, man. It's worth it. Look at the chat box. It's a fun little gathering here. It's an international gathering at least. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right. So about Flare, don't worry about it. When is it going to pull through? Not exactly sure. But the lawyer here has given us some confidence that the lawsuit will be over eventually. And that's also the thing, guys. The lawsuit will eventually be over. We are all estimating / assuming that it's going to be a good thing. Might be bad. I mean, we can't say. It might be a bad result, but I'm assuming it's going to be good, though. I mean, we should stay positive, right? I mean, come on. Then we were checking Elon Musk. And what was this one here? This was XRP Joker putting up that any CBDC or digital euro will be transacted through the XRP ledger. I would say there's a couple of things there. One, David Schwartz put up the idea that there could be a digital euro or CBDC, for example, based upon XRP sidechains or federated sidechains if they were to be implemented, which they haven't done yet. That's one thing. There could be just CBDCs built on top of some other private I guess just private Ripple blockchain that has yet to be thought of, I guess. Maybe it's already been in the works. I'm not exactly sure. At least the idea was there. There could be just XRP as a bridge for a miscellaneous CBDC. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, there have been ideas of making this digital euro on top of the XRP ledger, or at least with Ripple's technology, but I'm not exactly sure if they're actually pulling through or if they backed off, right? I mean, a lawsuit like the one we've seen right now might have made them think a second time. Not exactly sure about that. Let's quickly read. The ECB posted, a digital euro would be a powerful push for digitalization, offering a safe, costless means of payments and allowing intermediaries to provide services with digital euro inside, says executive board member Fabio Panetta of the Financial Times. So he didn't really say anything else. No Show also says it doesn't say a thing about which ledger it will use, which is the truth, man. I mean, it's not false info because of some of the things we've seen before, but it's also nothing new here. It's just, All right. Let's quickly see what else we have. We have a ton of stuff open. Oh yeah, this is one that really bothered me, guys. I was kind of annoyed. I don't have that very often, but this one, it kind of annoyed me. Crypto Assets Guy. Let's see if he has any followers. He has 10,000 followers. Said, XRP new all-time high within the next 45 days. And it bothers me because if you're telling people this without any backing whatsoever, if you're not telling us anything about why this might occur, and you're not saying with a question mark, I am really annoyed because the people that like this, watch this and care for this are going to come into my comment section and bash me for giving them wrong info or telling them that all influencers told them something was going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Look at this one right here, right? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Every XRP influencer on social media promised $3.20 before May was over. But now it's the fourth time in 2 months. It's an amazing buy opportunity because it's cheap again. I love XRP. I hate XRP influencers who promise and never delivers. You guys are guessing and hoping. And that's really what I don't like. I mean, to be honest, I have put up different price predictions, right? If I ever do that though, if I ever do my thoughts on YouTube, it is either backed by different articles and I'll give my fair share of thoughts, or it is something which I am thinking because of some kind of situation that is about to unfold, which I'll explain in great detail. If I ever give you a random price, bash me for it because that wouldn't make any sense. And I really despise it because I'm thinking you're giving people the wrong idea and you're giving people some hopium. Oh, I just smashed into my microphone. Hopefully it's still doing good. No, but I really dislike that type of stuff. I get annoyed by it because people bash me for it then. While I think we always are rational with things, we don't give out crazy ideas, crazy predictions, crazy stuff. We mostly just provide the news, and some people just hate us for it. A lot of people say you're fudding. I think we're just providing everything that's out there, man. I don't know. I'm hoping to once again be able to sing Pump It Up, but we'll not do it prematurely, right? We'll do it once it's really valid. And let's not say something's going to happen when we don't know. All right. Then Bitcoin price dips below 34,000 as day of Grayscale's giant BTC unlocking draws near. I'm not too worried about the Grayscale unlocking, but oh, look at this. What is that? That's awful. That's a really, really annoying chart to read. No, but the Grayscale unlocking, many people have speculated about that before now over the last couple of weeks. Together, of course, with the Death Cross, together with the China crackdown, together with the UK crackdown, a lot of bad things are going on, you might say. Let's quickly read here. Another theory about price direction involved an impending unlocking phase at the institutional giant Grayscale. As Cointelegraph previously noted, the coming weeks will see a large chunk of investor funds released after a 6-month lockup period, with the potential for selling pressure to therefore increase as accredited investors seek to offset some of their losses realized after selling their GBDC shares by selling BTC on the spot market. Thereafter, by contrast, there should be a significant lack of sell-side activity. So, long story short, once this unlocking pulls through, after that, there'll be a long time of people having no more reason and no more capital, sort of, to sell, which could be a really good thing, is what people have been speculating about. However, this unlocking itself might be a little bit not nice. Debatable, but that's what, again, has been put up. Then, fundamentals see increasing retracement. A look at network fundamentals, meanwhile, gave additional cause for concern. Again, if you're thinking, Dusty, you're always fighting, I'm just giving you guys the news that I found online, all right? This is just what's going on. You can either try to ignore it or embrace it and then try to react. A look at network fundamentals, meanwhile, gave an additional cause for concern. Hash rate, already in flux thanks to shifts in miner distribution, mostly due with China, fell below 100 exahashes per second, having previously hit a peak of 168. Other estimates, while not exact, also depicted the hash rate downtrend. Difficulty, fresh from 2 consecutive downward adjustments, was on track for a third leg down of around 10% at the next in around 9 days' time. And the last time the Bitcoin saw 3 different downward difficulty adjustments in a row was during the capitulation phase of the previous bear market in late 2018. I'm also going to disagree here. I mean, right now, we have a clear source of this happening. I mean, if there's a difficulty downwards adjustment, it is most likely because the hash rate has dropped significantly. And why is the hash rate dropped significantly? Well, because they have to pick up and leave, right? They have to, this is really freaking loud. They have to pack up their mining equipment and get out of there. Where are they going to go? No real clue, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if they're going to move over or just sell all their stuff. I mean, Bitmain, one of the biggest companies over there, I believe has always sold equipment, mostly because they were scared for something like this ever to happen. And now that it does happen, I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do. Not too sure about that. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but whatever, man. They're picking up the pace. Of course, difficulty drops as exahashes go down. Let's see what else we have here. Oh yeah, we have Grayscale. Little fun thing there. Grayscale expands its altcoin market presence with 30 freaking altcoins or so, right? 31. Grayscale considering 31 crypto assets for investment products. And the last time they said something like this, they also listed quite a couple. And I've told you guys before, I maybe have to put up a post on Patreon about that. I believe it is a smart idea to buy into every asset which they might list. It's the same thing as Coinbase. So let me tell you guys a little history lesson. Coinbase and Grayscale have a history of being able to manipulate the price upwards by a listing significantly, right? Just check back on it. And what was a smart idea in the past was to just buy any asset that Coinbase said they might list. Why? Because all the coins that they did not list usually don't really fall, and all the coins that they do list usually go up by like 40 to 80% or so in a really short amount of time. So if there's 20 currencies that they're going to maybe list, I just buy all 20 of them and see what's going to happen. Again, I do this with fresh money, with fresh USDT or euros, not with my other cryptos because that's too much of a risk. But yeah, in this specific case here, Grayscale Investments announced on Friday the 13th, on Friday, that 13 additional crypto assets have been considered as new investment products. These crypto add to the initial list of coins the company announced it was considering in February. And let's quickly actually check. Grayscale has a website. Let's check it out. Grayscale Security Trust. Let me look up on the official website. They have some SEC reports out there where you can see officially which things they've listed as kind of as trusts. We can actually maybe look into all of this and see if we can find any other Grayscale new products. I'm not exactly sure what we have to type in though to find this. Maybe if we type in Grayscale. We still have the XRP Trust, which is now not really working anymore. Okay, so no, we don't have any new names if I'm not mistaken. Interesting how this one is in the Cayman Islands, by the way. But I'm assuming that all of these were actually incorporated a little bit earlier already. So there's nothing new which just came out. But last time, we actually spotted like Filecoin, I believe, Mana, Ethereum Classic, and Zen and Zack maybe. Because they were put up as companies here before Grayscale actually said that we're going to list them. And right now we can do exactly the same thing. Just look through here, refresh every so often, and basically buy into the coin. Again, this is my own strategy. I'm not a financial advisor. I won't tell you that this works for sure. I'm thinking this might work. And again, this might be something to kind of consider or take a look at. That we're just going to buy into them once we actually see that they've incorporated a security license, or I don't know how exactly you should say it, like a trust for it. Now, the 13 additional crypto assets are 1inch, Banker, Curve, ICP, Kava, Kyber, Loopring, Near, Polygon, Ren, Solana, and Universal Market Access and OX. The crypto assets already in consideration are Ava, Cardano, Compound, Cosmos, EOS, Flow, Maker, Monero, Numeraire, Polkadot, Reserve Rights, Stacks, SushiSwap, Synthetics, Tezos, The Graph, Uniswap, and Yearn Finance. Whatever I'm saying here, guys, is just make sure you watch this little SEC report website. See if they ever put up a new trust and maybe do something with that, all right? I'm not going to say you should buy into it. I'm just saying maybe take a look. Might work out. Might work out. Dusty, why don't you have any mods on your channel? I mean, Tristan is here, I think. And we used to have more mods, but I do these videos very often, the live streams, without any notifications. So what happens is that since we haven't done that many live streams recently, a lot of the people in the chat box are just people who found the video, right? Let me quickly ask in the chat box, did you get a notification just now or no? I think the majority of people didn't get that. So yeah, a lot of the mods also just do not know that I'm streaming right now, man. I think so. Hey, Farshad Rohani coming in with a $10 saying, Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Tsunami incoming, best believe. Is it, you mean that there's a tsunami? Fathers, tsunami? To all the fathers, tsunami? I'm not exactly sure what you mean with that, man. But happy Father's Day, guys. I will go see him in a little bit, man. He doesn't even know it. But I will go to come say hi, right? You should. I mean, you definitely shouldn't. Because, I mean, whatever. I can't really speculate on that. You do whatever you want to do. Let's quickly check out. No notification? No. That's also what I'm thinking here. There's no notification, and so a lot of the mods are also not in there in the chat box because of that reason. If I see some of you guys that are always just coming back here every single time, I will give you the moderator pack, because again, I trust you then, but since I'm not streaming often enough, I can't recognize all the names of people who are just always here, right? So I'm sorry about that. But as we stream more, I'll be figuring out exactly who's stopping by every single time. Oh, Sin City is in the chat. Welcome back, man. I've also not seen you in a little while. All right. So let's quickly check it out. No, I don't think there's actually too much to say about this one anymore, guys. So Grayscale is just going to be listing a couple of coins. We might buy into it as time moves on. For right now, though, nothing much to be said. In the words of XCP Chiz, bullish. Oh, yeah. bitrue always says XCP is unavailable, but can BTC then swap every time? Or but can BTC... I have no idea, told McAfee, what you're talking about. No idea. Let's quickly see what else we have here. This was about China. China. Venture capital funds have invested a record $17 billion into crypto in 2021. That's a pretty huge amount. Venture capital funds have invested a yearly record into the crypto market, eclipsing over $17 billion in 2021 already. Okay, that's actually a really big boy amount, huh? Look at that. According to market data by PitchBook, firms have been extremely active in terms of their investments into the crypto market. 2021 has seen an estimated $17 billion invested already, while the previous yearly record saw 2018 bring in a total of $7.4 billion. 2021 has essentially managed to bring in the combined investment amount of all previously years combined from 2010. Okay, gold rush. venture capital has piled into crypto companies in 2021. I'm actually sometimes thinking as well of just investing more money into crypto companies rather than cryptos itself. However, it's not that simple to do. It's not that simple to actually get a connection with a crypto company to put money into it. It's like with stocks, they're all over the place. But with crypto companies, they're almost all private. I mean, you have Coinbase now, but the majority of them are private, so it's hard to get into it. It's too bad though, right? If you're a venture capitalist, you most likely have your ways inside, or you have a lot of money to put in. But if you're just a normal Joe, it's not that easy to do so. I guess maybe if you're gonna join a venture capital firm or something like that, or you give your money out, then maybe. But otherwise, it's not that easy. The crypto deals in 2021. Let's just quickly check this out here as well. The largest deal in 2021 alone saw a staggering $10 billion from Block One, invested in crypto exchange Bullish Global. The exchange also raised an additional $300 million in a funding round. Block One, by the way, is the company behind EOS. The single deal broke the record for crypto investments for the year on its own. $380 million invested in crypto wallet company Ledger sees the company take the second biggest investment in 2021. And Farshad said, tsunami of money incoming for XRP. Just be patient. Also the first time in your live show. Keep up the great work. Thank you. All right, Farshad, thank you very much for the $10 again. Tsunami coming in of money into XRP. Well, I've actually done a little bit of a whale analysis earlier. Let's actually check out if there's actually any whales right now. XRP whale. XRP whale. Where's the website I usually check? I think this one, Clank. This is the one I check. All right, so this is the website we usually check for whales to see if there's any movement that's considerable or interesting. But as of this point, the whale of the day is only 15 million XRP. It is a bullish transfer though. If there's ever from Bitstamp or an exchange to an unknown wallet, this is considered an exchange outflow, and it's a good thing. But no huge transfers as of this point. No crazy stuff like that. No. Too bad. A little bit sad. This is from a couple of days ago. We saw some huge 112 million XRP, 82 million, 47. But this is over the last couple of days. Today, nothing too much. Here's the last. There's been a couple of hours ago, a couple million XP being sent as well. Nothing too significant though. This is actually really a lot of bullish things. I mean, people setting it out. So from Bittrex, as I just said, is good stuff. Then again, yeah, we don't have that much info. Maybe, hard to say. Hard to say. Because maybe these unknown wallets are just unknown to them, but are also exchange wallets. It's hard to say. But generally speaking, things are just looking good in terms of whales. Things are looking good in terms of people's faith as well. I mean, things are generally speaking looking quite good for crypto. It is only just the price that is not that nice. And of course, these speculations surrounding China and whatnot, those you might also call a little bit bad or a little bit sad. You might. Let's quickly see, guys. I'm going to open up Crypto Panic here to see if there's any news which just came out that we've missed, so that we can quickly cover it if need be. Russian billionaire Oleg Deripaska urges Bank of Russia to move to Bitcoin. That is interesting. We actually have seen this before, though. This is not new info. I believe this is info from a couple of days ago, because I've already covered this on my own. I didn't actually show it in a video because I didn't think it was important enough, but we did see it before. Russian billionaire Oleg Deripaska urges Bank of Russia to move Bitcoin. He's considered an oligarch, I don't know how you pronounce it in English. Net worth of like $5 billion, and he's telling the bank, move on, get into it. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's, you can't also tell, right? Maybe it has to do with some money laundering that he wants to get going. There could be so much as to why he would want that, I'm not sure. But, I mean, just a statement from a billionaire, what was that going to do, right? I'm not sure exactly how much influence he has. Let's quickly see. Bitcoin price can hit $450,000. $135,000 is worst case scenario. That's an interesting approach. This is from Plan B. We often cover these because, well, it's also kind of my opinion, but Stefan here says, Lamau, this forum is such a joke. Anything bad about Bitcoin is FUD, lies, Bitcoin can't go down, stupid dumb article. Anything good about Bitcoin is, yes, we're going to the moon, Bitcoin can't go down, markets only go up. My bias has been confirmed, let's go. Well, I would say that this is actually the truth, though. I mean, if we're talking about where Bitcoin can go in 2021, I'm also estimating that we're going to be going up. Now, can I say that it's certain? Obviously not, but that's maybe because I also don't have the knowledge for it. I do believe in the stock to flow model in the sense that it basically shows us a little bit of a line that we are about to. Damn. I am a little bit bamboozled. Farshad coming in with the $50 with a little fireworks emoji like that. Guess Farshad is a really big XRP holder. Holy smokes. You know what's funny? A couple of guys, what was it now? I'm not sure exactly. A little bit of a movement earlier. They called the stream here out saying we are money hungry and stuff like that. And I told them a stream on average for about 1.5 hours earns, let's say, about $13 or so. Let's say after taxes, it's about €6. So it's definitely not money worthy, right? But I guess if some people get this every single day, this type of stuff, I could definitely see how some people like to stream or like to do that type of stuff, right? But damn, thank you, Farshad. That's appreciated, man. Not exactly sure why, but thank you very much. Crazy guy, in a good way. Damn, Farshad. My days, this man is crazy. Oh, okay. Then, wow, a little bit bamboozled. That's, I'm not sure what to say. I'm a little bit at a loss for words. All right, Bitcoin to match all-time high in October. Well, again, this is just, we're going to follow this path all along. It's not to say that exactly in October we're going to hit that price. It's not to say that exactly at the end of 2020 we're going to hit a certain price. He's just saying, well, if we follow along with the line, which we have done for a very good while, that's where we're going to be. And I would say, man, I do believe in it, and I do also want to believe in the process, right? That's also, again, the bias which you saw that they claimed about. You want to be biased because we're all hoping the price is going to go up. So obviously we are. It's not that strange, though, to be honest with you. It's not that strange. I also had one more article here that I want to showcase. Here it is, perfect. I also saw it here at the top. I wanted to cover it, but I lost it because I have so many articles open here. Bitcoin is a... I see something. I think Farshad did another one, huh? Guys, am I missing it? Or yeah, there's another one. Farshad, you're crazy, my guy. What are you doing? He's going in with the $50 again. With I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to be. A little bit of a fireworks, just ruffling up the buildings and stuff. Somebody says you should see Cobb stream. I don't actually watch live stream, so I'm not sure exactly what is normal. But thank you, man. I'm not sure why you're doing that at all. Farsha, what a man. What can I say? I'm not used to this guy. Why? What? Oh, thank you very much, Farshad. How do you react to this type of stuff? If somebody sends you a donation, what do? If it's $5 for a question or 10, it's like, oh, I could just say, oh, thank you very much. Here's the answer to your question. He's just sending emojis. I'm at a loss for words, guys. I'm not used to this. So I'm sorry if it's not the proper reaction, man. I shouldn't be distracted though. You're distracting us from the daily crypto news. Bitcoin is very dangerous animal, says European Central Bank's Fabio Panetta. Is that actually the same guy that we just saw? One of the earlier here, Fabio Panetta. Yes, Panetta. It's the same guy here again. Okay, Fabio is coming in again with $50. Oh man. What can I? Why did I say Fabio? Farshad is coming in again with another rocket. $50. What, guys? The proper reaction is thank you. All right, Adio. Thank you very much, Farshad. I appreciate it a lot, man. Cool emojis. Thank you. And you're asking, or somebody's saying late reaction. I only see it a little bit later. So, thank you very much. Whew. All right, getting hot in here. Fabio Panetta touted a digital euro while slamming Bitcoin as a dangerous animal. Bitcoin has been called many unflattering things by its detractors, but Fabio Panetta, an executive board member at the European Central Bank, might take the cake with his latest insult. In a recent interview with the Financial Times, he described the largest crypto as a very dangerous animal. The renowned Italian economist notes that Bitcoin is mainly used by criminals. He also called attention to the flagship coin's enormous energy consumption, which has become a hot-button issue for Tesla's U-turn in May. Well, we've talked before about XRP obviously fixing this issue to a certain degree, or in a different sense, XRP being the better, how can I say it? The better way, Okay, Farshad is saying something again. I got distracted again. I do support all the XP shows, but I do like your show. Yeah, I guess we cover XRP almost every single day. So, I mean, yeah, I guess it's an XRP show most of the time, but a lot of the people in the chat box were saying, Dusty, it covers some more stuff than just XRP. And I was like, you know what? We should just cover the daily crypto news, because even if you are an XRP holder, you should know what's going on with Bitcoin. You should know what's going on with crypto in general. Because, again, you guys know most likely, right? We post so many XP videos every single day. If you only focus on XRP, though, you're not sure exactly what's happening to the price right now because it's following along with Bitcoin. And so articles like this, in my opinion, are pretty important to just kind of cover it and have in the back of your head, because if they're saying something negative or good about Bitcoin, you might want to know, as the correlation right now is still extremely, extremely high. Nobody can deny that. Nobody can deny that the correlation between Bitcoin and XRP is high. It might change eventually if they win the lawsuit, becomes properly regulated, and it just kind of gets its own course going. But as it currently stands, no, this is exactly the way it's going to be. John Deaton actually just tweeted something out as well. Let me quickly see if I can grab that in here. It's already been a couple of hours, but he said, China rolls out 3,000 digital yuan ATMs while the US is sleeping. Little fun fact again, if you're not updating yourself, you're missing out, you're missing out, you're missing out. Now, meanwhile, whilst the digital yuan is pulling through and US is not doing anything in terms of a US CBDC, or at least they're being really slow about it, John Deaton posted here as well that meanwhile in the US, the SEC gets a 60-day extension on how to figure out to distinguish XRP from Bitcoin and Ether, as it's really funny how it's such a stupid-ass show that's going about right now. Isn't it really kind of odd that, as it currently stands, the SEC is not focused on making a proper crypto rulebook, but is focused on getting or taking XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin down? It's freaking crazy, man. It's like, I would personally say that Ethereum should be a security too if XRP is deemed one, and I do believe that will follow through. But why not make a rule book? Why not make it so that you don't have to go through all these litigations? Is it because you don't? Maybe, right? Maybe it's because the SEC wants the money. Maybe it's because they want to go through litigations because that gives them 20, 100 million and stuff like that every single time. I mean, they sued for $1.3 billion worth of damages. Maybe that's because, or maybe because of that, they don't want to make a rule book right now because then they can't claim money anymore. Maybe that's it. Maybe they were afraid because of this fair notice. Because think about it. Right now, one of Ripple's best defenses is that the SEC didn't get fair notice. If they put up a proper framework right now, Ripple can come back and say, hey, you only made a framework in 2021 while you sued us in 2020 and we were doing stuff wrong in 2013. Obviously, we couldn't have known if you didn't even have the rules clear. And as I kind of added that up together, I'm like, yeah, maybe they're afraid to put up a rule book before the judge makes a decision because they want to kind of, base it upon that. My thoughts, man, my thoughts. Guys, by the way, let me quickly know in the chat box right now as well where you're all watching from. Script says, something actually happened? Well, we covered a ton of stuff in this stream. I have like 25 articles open. We covered all the breaking news, for example, the China moving over, all the new thoughts that have come out. A lot of different stuff has been putting up. Hey, Dusty, when this eclipse ends, I'm assuming you're talking about the crypto price eclipse, not the real, summer solstice that people are referring to here. Oscar Guerrero says, coming in with the $2, thank you very much, Oscar, says, Dusty, what's the best place to earn interest on my XRP? So a lot of people are saying that Nexo is a good place. I personally did not have a good experience with Nexo because the support is very bad. I am personally using bitrue, of which a link is down below, by the way, for everything. Like, I just use it all the time. So I would personally say that's my favorite spot, but I wouldn't be able to tell you if there's actually a better other one out there. Danny says, did the SEC miss the deadline that they say they will not be missing, Netherlands? So let me quickly see where that one was here. The SEC was supposed to, we thought at least, give out some documents regarding Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP, and the start of some newer documents starting on the 18th. Yet, now 18th has passed here, let's even add the 20th, and they have yet to give up any of those new documents that we were waiting for. So we're assuming that the SEC has been delayed in some way, shape, or form, or is again denying it. We're not exactly sure because maybe we missed something, but the way it currently stands, this is the situation. I'm seeing Louisiana, Nepal, Illinois, India, North Dakota. Let's quickly see a lot of different places, man. It's really freaking crazy. So I don't know, man. I just find it fun to just check out Ireland, Malaysia. Let's quickly see. Live in Texas, or you mean you live in Texas? Try to avoid interest, peeps, is what I says. I'm also going to deny that. I'm going to say no. It's definitely not a good idea to avoid interest, but I would say be careful with how much you are putting on these platforms. It is at least in my opinion, right? It's a good idea to get some interest on your money, but it's a bad idea to be fully reliant on it and to be fully invested into it, keeping your money out of it, kind of. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a smart idea to have some because it gives you money, and it makes it so that if you have to wait for a couple of years, you at least have gotten an increase in your money. Farshad again coming in with the $10 saying, XRP Army, be patient, stay strong, stay united. We are doing this together as one, best believe. Damn, man. Damn. Farshad coming in with the $10 again. Farshad, where are you watching from, actually? I'm just checking the chat box. You didn't actually say. We have Switzerland, Mexico, Phoenix, Arizona, Saudi Arabia, London, UK, Poland. Remember that those assets sued Ripple on winter solstice, and tomorrow is summer one. I'm curious what will happen. They like this kind of stuff. I think some Riddlers will go crazy about that, indeed. About the fact that it's the summer solstice and the winter solstice or whatever. I didn't even know that those were specific things you guys watched for, but yeah. I mean, maybe. It's kind of funny, though. It's kind of funny to watch, right? I mean, you can't say it's not. Farshad is from Texas. I'm assuming TX means Texas. All right. You know that the majority of I'm going to say that there's two places which the majority of XRP holders that I talk to are from. A very big part is from Texas. I'm going to say the majority of people are. If I'm talking from the US, most of them are from Texas. And if we're talking about Asia, most people are from Malaysia. And if we're talking about Europe, most people are from, it's really difficult to say. UK and Netherlands really take a high place. It's really hard to say which one of those wins. It's really often those two. But Texas, there's a ton of people always in the chat box from Texas, man. Always a ton of people there. So quickly see if there's any other news that we should cover. If you guys find anything, always just let me know in the chat box. I try to read everything so we can cover it as soon as possible. Central Bank of Portugal grants licenses to crypto exchanges. Also not something completely new, but I didn't actually read this article just quite yet. Central Bank of Portugal grants licenses to crypto exchanges. Cryptoloja and Mind. That coin are the first exchanges to be granted operating licenses by Banco de Portugal. Under the new license, both exchanges are now classified as virtual asset service providers, and the exchanges initially registered for license September 2020. It's a good thing, not amazing, but just nice, right? It's just, I don't know, it's just good. I'm just reading the chat box here. Space says, yeah, Hey Dusty, what do you think about the Flare or Spark token proposal? I want all the tokens that they promised, not only 15%. Danny, depends on where you're from. If you're from the US, I can say, let's discuss. If you're from anywhere else outside the US, this is a stupid discussion. Why? Though there's two things right now with the Flare Spark distribution. One is if they decide to give out 15% instead of 100, it doesn't matter, right? Because everybody's getting the same amount. The circulating supply has been burned 85%, so it doesn't really matter. It's only if you in the US are going to deny every 3% from here on forward and just accept the first 15. That would be one of the worst case scenarios, but I'm not exactly sure what to say about it because for any scenario that they brought up, there's always a bad side to it. And I cannot tell you what the bad side is to 100% straight to the bat, except for the fact that there's going to be such a huge downward pressure from the get-go that sometimes these projects who do a big airdrop from the start are not liquid enough and basically kill themselves from the get-go. By doing a constant kind of wave, sometimes you're preserving your ecosystem better. By the way, guys, if you're watching right now, make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's freaking 600 people watching, but only like freaking 5 people who subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure you subscribe if you're not part of it yet. It is worth it. It's a cool family. You're seeing everybody around the world in the chat box here. It's always just cozy and good, all right? You always feel comfortable. We try to ban everybody who's being mean in the comment section, just extremely rude and stuff like that. So hopefully all just good vibes in the chat. I don't really ban people, but there's one guy, one of the mods who always is like, he has a really iron fist on people who talk really, really bad. So that's good. ADA smart contracts coming out in August. That's definitely a cool thing. Don't waste your money on coins hyped by celebrities and then get rug pulled. Definitely not. If any celebrity is talking about a coin, I instantly block that celebrity, or at least try to, and get the coin out of my system, because any coin that's being pumped by celebrity, is being paid to promote by. And I'm not talking about a project like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any one of the top like 100 or even something like that being discussed by celebrities, because it could be marketing, right? Normal marketing. I'm talking about a coin that's either in ICO or at place like 2,000 or 1,000. Those I stay away from as much as I can. Cryptomat Aussie says, I fear the bull run will end before the lawsuit against the SEC. You might even say that the bull run has already ended and can pick itself back up. I mean, theoretically speaking, a bull run is only as good as lower or higher highs or higher lows, basically. And since that rhythm changed, you might even say that right now we are in a bear run. You might even say so, in a bear market. Will it, however, switch back over and become positive again? That's something which people are estimating right now and talking about. The death cross, however, is really lurking, guys. It's going to take like 3 more days, maybe, depending on how the price is going to go. But oh boy, has this been a little bit of a shit show. Because we're literally going sideways for the longest time right now, since like May 19th here. And it's so hard to estimate where we're going to be going, man. It's freaking strange. Jakob says, already subscribed, and it's so effing cozy here. I wish you all get your sub. Not exactly sure what you mean with that, but I think that's a good thing to say, man. I appreciate you saying that. Jesus or Jesus, I'm not sure, says death cross is lagging indicator. True. The death cross, for all of you that do not know, does not mean Bitcoin will die, as I see a lot of people say in the comment section. A death cross, NG Pain, make sure you check out what time frame you have, because it also depends on the time frame which you're using. We are using the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA on a daily perspective. You might be using for example, a MA50 with an open instead of a closed. There might be a lot of differences here. So check out what exactly you have. I'm using here what most people are using. Some people use the EMA, some people use the MA, but most people are using this on a daily perspective. So if you're using it on an hourly or 4 hourly or 2 daily, it might have already happened or it might not have. The daily here, this is what it looks like. But the cross is a delayed or lagging indicator because it shows the, let's just kind of abbreviate it. The average over the last 50 days is the yellow line, and the average over the last 200 days is the red line. So it just shows that the shorter term averages are now doing worse than the longer term averages, which means that the prices are kind of going down again. So what does it really tell you? It depends. It really depends on how you see it, man. It's not that useful. But since it has worked in the past, and again, maybe a death cross shows that it's a bear market, right? Then you might want to just kind of sell. It's hard to say, guys. I'm not sure exactly what to tell you even. Oscar became a supporter or a subscriber. I'm not exactly sure how you should say that. On Twitch, they always say a sub. On YouTube, they always call it a supporter, I think, or a also subscriber. I'm not sure. But yeah, welcome to the team, man. Welcome to the channel. Somebody says, what are you going to eat, Dusty? I'm not sure, man. The whole USA debt is 28 trillion. Yeah, it's even now predicted that it's going to go to 50 trillion in 5 years from now. US debt clock. Let me pick it up for you guys. It's going to lag my computer out to crazy because this is such a heavy program, but all right, or heavy site. Let's quickly see the US national debt. There's some way to put here. So here you can see on the left, U.S. national debt, 28.4 trillion. If we put it to 5 years in the future, or 2025 at least, look at this. It has gone from 28 to $50 trillion estimated in 2025, 4 or so years from now. It's pretty crazy if you start to think about it, right? How much is going to be changing in such a short amount of time? It's sometimes mind-boggling to me. Damn, man. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, but from that reason alone, crypto, it ain't going nowhere. Might go down for a short term, not longer term though. Ripple Effect is saying, get ready for 10-cent XRP. You really think so? You think so, Ripple Effect? To be honest with you, I will let everybody in their own value. If you think 10 cents is going to happen or 20 cents is going to happen, you do you. I personally don't, right? But that's, again, the freedom of this space. Everybody may think exactly as they please. You know, I don't really mind any of that type of stuff too much. It's like, you just believe what you believe, and I'll believe what I believe. You know what I mean? It's like, you do you, I'll do me, and we'll get there. Todd says, thank you for the live shows, Dusty. Thank you for stopping by, man. Carl says, charts are useless utility, and when lawsuit over, it will surely rise. Yes, I do believe so, too. I'm not going to say that charts don't matter at all. I'm going to say that if you want more certainty, the best option is to just focus on the fundamentals and the, the actual utility and whatnot. I can, however, also say that it might help for your own peace of mind to sometimes watch charts to kind of see what people are thinking, what people are doing. Like, for example, right now, you might be a little bit more hesitant to sell your XRP now that the price has already gone down more. I mean, for example, if you were looking on when to buy, you were like, oh, when should I buy some more XRP? And you're seeing the price right now going to about 69 cents. 69! You might be a little bit more inclined to buy at a point like this, right? Because the price has gone down so significantly over the last couple of days or weeks. At least I would be. When looking at that, I would be a lot more inclined to buy. So from that perspective, a chart might help. For longer term, though, I don't think it's too significant or too important. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there. Let's quickly see if we have any more news. I think we covered the most important stuff of today already. I have an entire video on Ethereum actually kind of sitting here because I have all these Ethereum articles, but I'm not sure if you guys actually like Ethereum or if I should actually make a video on it. I was debating for so long. Here is Coinbase co-founder issues serious crypto price warning as Bitcoin death cross fears spread. Coinbase co-founder Fred Ehrsam has warned most cryptocurrency and crypto assets won't work, and 95% of NFTs will have little to no value in 3 to 5 years. Dan Jr. said, don't downvote it. It's a desperate article trying to connect to two unrelated events. One is Coinbase co-founder saying something days ago, and not even a bearish comment on the market either. The other is a lagging indicator event that was clearly going to happen and was priced in already and can now turn back to a golden cross. So about that little specific part here, why the death cross might be a bullish indicator in actuality is because very often people know that a death cross is going to happen unless it happens really quickly. So since we're all watching this exact same death cross, the price has already kind of reacted to it. As when the death cross really happens, nobody's actually going to sell anymore because, again, it already happened. People are already anticipating for it. It's there's a book called The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, I believe. And there's also, like, if everybody's anticipating a certain physical event, in this specific case, the death cross, then people are already selling their Bitcoin in anticipation of the price going down further because of the death cross itself. So from that perspective, it should usually be a really bullish indicator and should go up, as again, people will just start to buy into it again because the price has gone down already. And there'll be nobody to actually sell more Bitcoin once the death cross really happens, except for people who are unaware that that's the psychology behind it. So, yeah, this is just a funny article here. Coinbase co-founder didn't let go of a serious price warning. That's fake news. Roy says, will we ever get a decoupling from Bitcoin? Most likely we will. We're just not sure exactly when it is going to happen, but eventually it'll come around. Eventually, right? It's a matter of time. David Swartz said XB will never drop below $2 again. I don't believe he said that, man. I don't believe that. That would be a strange thing for him to come out. At least I wouldn't understand exactly why he would say something like that, so I'm going to say that that's not the truth. but maybe he did. I'm just not sure exactly why, then. I'm a little bit confused why he would do something like that. By the way, guys, this is your last call. If you are not subscribed just quite yet, this is the time to do that right freaking now. We are at, let's quickly check. I'll tell you guys the exact score. 124,818 subscribers. We have actually had a couple of days now that we are losing some. And I'm kind of wondering what exactly we're doing wrong. We're providing the news, crypto news, every single day. And I think it's worth it to just be subscribed to the channel. Somebody says, BC Backer implied that the media will hype the death cross so that whales can collect more Bitcoin. I mean, that's conspiracy, but yeah, it could be. That's the question. Do you believe in heavier whale manipulation? Then from that perspective on forward, all these China announcements, all these UK bank announcements, all of them might be because the bigger guys want to manipulate the market and let these articles run their course. Because most of these things are just so dumb. They don't matter for anything at all. It's just to get people scared. Yet people do actually get scared, which does kind of make you wonder, okay, was it something more important then? Was it some bigger move? Was it some bigger guy's plan? It's so hard to say. All we can do is just sit by and wait for the price to go back up while buying the bottom. Conspiracy, but they're doing it. JK, you can't really prove any of that. You can't really prove that anybody's doing that. You can only say, okay, a lot of people are funding, but who exactly is doing that? Who is paying for these marketing campaigns? Who is putting up these articles? Is it the news websites? Well, they're just posting news. So what narrative are they pushing then, and why? You might say the rich guys want to get more Bitcoin. Yeah, okay, but which rich guys exactly? Who is doing that? I mean, Michael Saylor, for example, is a very rich guy, a very big Bitcoin buyer, but he buys Bitcoin regardless of the situation. So who exactly then is buying that? That is why it's a conspiracy. Even though I believe in it, it's hard to prove any of that in the real world. And again, it's going to be a really controversial topic because you cannot prove any of it. I will, however, agree and tell you that a lot of people right now are buying it. Or at least are trying to get the price down to buy more. Roy says, been following you for a while, and it's first time you mentioned me. Many thanks. Yeah, Roy, welcome. I try to read every single comment, man, but there's last couple of days here, it's been so much negativity that I'm not reading it too much. I always, however, check the comments in the first couple of minutes after I post a video, just to see who's first, just to check the first couple of people out, and I try to always press the like button, except for late at night. Sometimes I just post a video and then get out. Somebody says, ideal stop on Binance? Do you mean an ideal? Or you mean ideal, the Dutch payment provider to put money onto Binance? I'm not exactly sure which one you meant. Flip the switch. Yeah. And it's been an interesting situation, guys. It's been an interesting situation. By the way, if you are liking the Daily Crypto News, it might not be something to join the Discord. There's a link down below. Maybe you enjoy that type of stuff too. Cash Only says, new to the channel. Hi guys, welcome. We've already done more than an hour worth of news though, so I think we're gonna cut it off here. We've talked about so much stuff. Almost negative, just in touch with reality, Dusty. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about right there, my guy. The payment stopped in Euro with Ideal on Binance. I did it 2 days ago, Katie. So I'm not exactly sure that just stopped. Is it news? Is it just new? Let me quickly see. Ideal Binance. Wait a minute, you're right. That's funny. I'm gonna. What? I just did it 2 days ago, and 2 days ago it also stopped. That's pretty funny. Euro deposits via Ideal have been temporarily paused. Users are still able to deposit Euro through SEPA bank transfer and buy crypto via credit debit cards. Wow. Because I told you guys, I set up a couple of accounts for some people that asked me how to do it. Really often I get people just telling, because they know I'm involved with crypto, right? They tell me, hey man, how do I set up an account? How does it work? And I set it up for them. I paid through Ideal for their crypto. Vigor says, views are down. Now we know who are going to be the real astronauts going to the moon in December. How are you, my brothers? You know what's really funny, guys? The views are down insanely much. I don't mind. I've told you guys before, as long as there is one person watching these videos, I will keep making them every single day. All right, every single time. As long as there's one people pressing that like button, one person, I should say, I'll keep going. But it's only the hatred that has been annoying me. Not the views down, not less people in the chat. It's a little bit more cozy now because there's less spam. It's just the hatred that's really getting to me sometimes. But generally speaking, there's a lot of people right now who are just going outside, enjoying the nice weather. It's summer, right? Almost summer vacation. And the CV, the entire period, is also over. You know, the lockdowns and stuff like that. But also, of course, since crypto's interest right now is really, really down. Because people usually are heavily excited when things are going up. But they're not so excited when things go down. So that's also definitely a part in all of that. Abdullah says, what do you think about talking long position in Bitcoin? I mean, you can definitely do that. I mean, I can't say you should, but I can say that sometimes it's nice to have a position open for the longer term. Bullish Bradley says, the hatred? Who be hating in the crypto community. Oh, bullish Bradley. Oh, you're joking, I think, right? No, there's a significant amount of there's a significant amount of hatred in the comment section. It's very severe. It's very severe, actually. It's really heavy. But all right, Chadwick says, these streams are awesome and your news coverage is definitely more understandable than others. I definitely look forward to more content from you. I provide crypto updates every single day. We usually do like 3 episodes, 4 episodes a day. But I'm going to try do more live streams as well. All right, so again, just sometimes check around the channel. Maybe I'm live streaming and just stop by, say hi. I will always try to say hi back as well. I appreciate every single one of you just stopping by and checking out and whatever. But I'm going to end the stream right now. We covered all the news that I had. And from here on forward, I would just be rambling and talking back. Just kind of an AMA thing. I can do that, though, for a little second. Let me quickly see. Bullish Bradley says, haha. Hate for the other crypto begins with BitBoy. Vigor says, Dusty, any tips on buying if things drop for the long term? No, I don't really have tips like that. It's really difficult to say which one you should and shouldn't buy. I always just buy the coins that I already have. Or if it's a new coin, I don't really wait for dips to just buy it instantly. Dusty, what do you think is best, Algo or XLM? I prefer Algo right now because of the recent investments inside of those, so I like Algo quite significantly. Remember the XRP pump and hold in February? That was a great live stream you did, bro. We had 18,000 people watching at that point. That was crazy indeed. And Tattoo Gaming coming in the chat. Tattoo has been here every single video. Every single, I think stream maybe 2, but every single video. Tattoo Gaming is always there saying Dusty BC with the rocket emojis. Man, your name is now freaking printed on my freaking eyes, man. I want to say Netflix in Dutch. I'm not sure what the English word for it is, though, but damn, man. I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving. All right, guys, that was for today's stream. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. As I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more live streams and more notifications and everything like that. Make sure you have the notification bell on. And I'll see you guys again in another video later today. We have a ton of stuff to talk about. Make sure you also still quickly press the like button to show this video to more people.